The real Jesus. Philosopher, healer, Messiah, leper, fondler. Who was the real Jesus Christ? This is a question which has been investigated since the 18th century. Historians have long sought to separate myth from the man and identify who Jesus was really based on. And in doing so, they've come up with some rather interesting ideas. For example, did you know that Jesus had a brother called Jim? According to Catholic and Orthodox beliefs, James, brother of Jesus, was a non-literal sibling who may have been a cousin or stepbrother on Joseph's side. But many ancient theologians claim otherwise. Helividius, a 4th century writer, was adamant that Jesus' mother Mary was not the perpetual virgin she was made out to be. She supposedly had more than one child after Jesus, her favorite, was born. Matthew 13 alludes to this by describing Jesus' brothers in a familial context along with his mother Mary, naming them as James, Joseph, Simon, and Jude, with several unnamed sisters also said to have been born of Mary's relationship with Joseph. So, unless the story of God actually impregnating a human woman is true, that would make these people Jesus' full siblings. Regarding the man himself, the actual facts we know about Jesus Christ based on historical records other than the Bible are few but fascinating. According to a combination of Christian writings, Roman accounts, and the writings of Jewish historian Josephus, we can discern that Jesus was a Galilean Jew born between 7 and 2 BC, who lived until 30 to 36 AD. He was of unknown ethnicity, but based on his geographical location, he was likely olive-skinned at least, most likely darker with a Middle Eastern appearance. Jesus spoke Aramaic, spread teachings and faith across Galilee and Judea, and was eventually punished for, among other things, causing controversy at a temple. He was crucified by Pontius Pilate no later than 36 AD, and upon his death became a martyr and symbol which endures to this day. Beyond these widely accepted facts, much of the mythology around Jesus seems to have been drawn from ancient Greek, Roman, and Egyptian lore which predate Christ by centuries. The tales of Dionysus, Mithras, Horus, and Osiris all bear striking similarities to the story of Jesus. So, while it is virtually indisputable that this man once existed, it seems likely that many of his actions were entirely fictitious. One of the most fascinating theories regarding these additional elements of Jesus' mythology blames the Roman Empire for this fabrication. Documents which have been carbon dated to 50 years before Christ's birth seem to indicate that the more fantastical stories of Jesus' deeds were constructed by the Romans to pacify their subjects and enslave the poor. The Romans were suffering from constant acts of insurrection by Jewish sects at the time, and it is thought that they may have used the inflated importance of Christ as a Messiah figure to draw followers away from these groups and force the population into line. One even crazier theory builds on this idea by claiming that all of this was the work of Lucius Caesar, Julius Caesar's son, who was born of a relationship Julius had with his own daughter Julia, and not adopted as the historical records show. Either way, proponents of the Roman invention theory claim that once you strip away all of the tales stolen from other myths, there is very little left behind. So, whoever this Jesus Christ figure was, it seems we know even less about him now than we thought we did before.